Hi, it's Phil Sitter. I'm the founder and CEO of RepeatMD, and I'm going to go over why RepeatMD and Affirm are the best patient financing option within the aesthetics, wellness, and dental industry today. First and foremost, it comes down to the evolution of the modern patient. Gone are the days that the patient actually asks for a financing application. It's very rare that a patient is comfortable enough to say, hey, do you have a financing application? And also the front desk, the office manager doesn't necessarily want to go and say, hey, we also have financing options in case you can't afford that. And today, the way financing works with the largest financing providers in the world, it's all so intimate and it's all so quick that even affluent patients have access to financing because they want a no interest option. And patients that do need the financing, they want it quick, easy, and intimate. And so the most valuable real estate in the world today is the mobile phone. But typical finance providers have no way to make that experience amazing. And if you think about the mobile phone, this is where a patient spends over 4 hours and 25 minutes a day on. The average American will spend over 65 days on their phone, and 88% of that time is spent on mobile apps. And so the real question is, what are the biggest brands in the world have done? They've all adopted payment options within the mobile app, whether it be Starbucks, Sephora, Lululemon, Target, Delta, etc. All of these, especially on the consumer side, they all have financing embedded within their own mobile app today. And so at RepeatMD, we've built a platform that combines the power of rewards, patient financing, memberships into your own mobile app, providing you a new source of revenue and giving your clients the industry's best patient experience. So what does that look like in terms of patient financing? Well, we're going to build you your entire mobile app built specifically branded for your practice that'll show services and treatments and memberships and rewards, all of which you need to have the incredible patient financing experience, especially if you're doing any custom treatment plans where I can create Bob's plan, send it to Bob via text. He can click, it can be added to his cart, and in 2 seconds, he can finance it. So what does the financing look like? What's the experience? First and foremost, you need to stop overpaying for patient financing. With RepeatMD and Affirm, you pay one consistent fee of 3.99%. That's for anyone that gets approved, for any credit score, and any term length. That's never been done before in the history of financing. It's always a fluctuation. What you typically see, and this is one of the better patient financing providers, is this. You see 3 months, 6 months, 12 months, 18, 24 months, and most importantly, you see 3.5, 4.9, 8.12, 14% practice fees. So if you have a person coming in with a 670, which is not a bad credit score, a 670 for 24 months, you're paying 14% or more, folks. That's a lot. And the problem with the patient financing industry is no one finances for 3 months. You see this 3.5% practice fee. Well, that's bullshit. And the reason why it's bullshit is because they only create this 3-month option so they can market to you as low as. And so what happens to providers all over is they think financing only costs me 3.5%. But then they look at their bottom line at the end of the month and they wonder where it all went. And it's because the patient financing providers have taken a lot more than you thought that they would. And it becomes a vicious cycle because then you tell your office manager and everyone else to only talk about financing to patients who need it, et cetera, et cetera. We wanted to change all that. So we partnered with Affirm. We said, not only do we have a best-in-class mobile app, but we also want a best-in-class patient financing experience. That's why you pay one consistent fee of 3.99%. And what it really means is a 50% reduction in fees. At the end of the day, financing is there to get patients the transformational treatments that you have to offer. And so it should be helpful, not hurtful to your practice. And so RepeatMD with Affirm, we said, if you empower the practices, you transform more patients' lives, which is our mission. And so that's why we offer you a 50% reduction in fees and highest approval rates. When you use RepeatMD, your patients buy more. We see over 86% of in-app purchases are made outside of the practice. So those are people using the financing options after you deliver the treatment plan or the services, and an average of a 22% top line increase of your revenue after the first year with RepeatMD.